Hey there, so today we have another review. This is a beer from Paulaner. This is their Oktoberfest beer. So this is different from their Märzen, which is what people are traditionally familiar with in America. Märzen, like a darker lager, it's like, oh, it's Oktoberfest. Shouldn't it be like amber or like deep amber or like lightly brown or, No, this is Festbier. So Festbier is actually what they drink at Oktoberfest, which is a little bit insane because I just had a regular that went to Munich for Oktoberfest, like the first one since COVID. And this is imperial beer. Like this is elevated alcohol at like 6%. So it'd be almost like smashing like, instead of like American light lager or like Pilsner or like anything relevant, you're basically like smashing like American pale ale style ABV beers for like, but like not at like shaker pints. We're talking about like half liter to full liter volumes, which is like, whew. I think, yeah, my friend was drinking full liters. He's like, how much of 6% beer at a liter can I drink at a rate where I'm like actually going to be functional, trying to hang out, you're trying to visit as many tents as you can. So very ambitious for them to be serving Oktoberfest at Oktoberfest, but then again, it's once a year, and then there's other options available. The beer. So this is what they serve at Oktoberfest. What we get at Märzen is like sort of, I guess, like available possibly as well, but traditionally not what they have at, traditionally is what they had at Oktoberfest, but that changed like in more modern times, I think since the 80s. This beer comes in a really wonderful kind of light gold color, light to medium gold color on the nose. Yeah. Get a really nice kind of like honeyed sweetness, a little bit of like toast. The sweetness is actually a little bit intense, and there's also like I don't know. Could the salt and anything be my soap? I don't know. Anyway, there's something going on like on the nose. But yeah, it's really nice, grainy, husky, a little sweeter, a little bit toastier than like maybe your Helles. So cheers. Yeah, quite nice. Tastes like imperial lager. It just has this kind of like oomph to it, right? You sort of got your Helles, and then you bumped up a little bit more alcohol. You sort of feel it on the way down. You get a little bit more like rounded kind of sweetness. Like the alcohol does impress sweetness onto the palate too. So like you get a little bit more sweetness than the Helles. The balance of the hops is still pretty in line with Helles. Like I get this kind of like floral grassiness on the back end. And then up front, it's just a little bit more malt. So it's not only perceivably a little bit sweeter from the amount of alcohol, even though this is a dry beer. It's a dry lager, attenuated lager. It still has this kind of like blonde toast, like lightly brown toast kind of character, like as as lightly toasty as you can get some bread. There's just a little bit more flavor of the malt extracted than just like your palest kind of like white cracker and doughiness that you would get from generally Bohemian Pilsner based German lager, right? Helles, Kolsch, blah, blah. And Pilsner too, but Pilsner obviously leans with that kind of like interplay of like having the hops shine really through. This obviously smacks of like malts. There's also something else going on. I looked at this guy, and his can like very fresh. Like I pretty much got this 4 months in from canning, which again is pretty good. Like we're talking about like halfway around the world, all the way from Germany, shipped to here, from a truck to the distributor or they had to ship to the office. Somebody had to ship it to me, so it's like multiple shipments. Then again, that probably might have been faster than like going through a distributor. But I'm talking about like breweries where like you could like I've had beers that are like, the brewery is like possibly like maybe 1,000 miles away or hundreds of miles away, and it'll take like 6 weeks. That's a month and a half. So you're gonna give me a month and a half, let's say almost 2 months. You go 4 months, you can get like across all of like half of Europe, the Atlantic, and to me, that's pretty good, right? Like in my mind, like I'll split that difference, like 4 months all the way from Europe versus like 6 weeks from like either across the country or like halfway across the country. Like that's crazy. So. But I will say, anyway, despite the shipment, there's something going on. I think it's oxidation. Yeah, there's like this like very intense dryness that's like more dry than it should be. So I don't know, maybe I have to revisit this guy. It's still drinkable. This beer's gonna get an 81. But yeah, there's just it's like how do you describe it? There you go. It's like you're drinking a liquid, but you have like dry mouth. Like let's say you like wake up hungover, right? Like, or you wake up just like dehydrated. Like you're drinking something liquid and wet, but you're still having this like empty kind of like feeling and sensation on your palate, which is ideally not what the lager should do. It really should be like satiating and like thirst quenching in some sense. Well, not literally, but anyway. Cheers. Later. 81. Let me know if you've had this problem. Otherwise, maybe need to revisit